Good morning and happy to the first Wednesday Big Agent meeting. This is the Wednesday before 4th of July, and I wanted to say a happy 4th of July to each and every one of you guys. Check out my attire. I got dressed up just for the occasion. And before I kick into Big Agent meeting, there's a couple things I want to say right now about 4th of July. Guys, we are celebrating 250 years as a nation. What built this nation is its people, and it is on you and it is on me to continue to make this nation a better place. So if you don't like what you're seeing out there, go out and change it. If you don't like what you're seeing in your own world, go out and change that. So with that, in case you missed it, we've moved Big Agent meeting from Fridays to Wednesdays. But don't worry, we're not giving you anything weird. We're going to give you the same game-changing information. We're going to give you the same game-changing strategies and the same value as always. We're going to become even more the channel about making sure you know what's going on inside and around all things EXP. So we've got an awesome show lined up for you guys today. So let's dig right in. Here's a quick look at what's coming up on today's lineup. We're stepping into lab first with lab notes with CLO Brian Ellington and Rockstar YouTube agent Jackson Wilkie. If you haven't seen that, you're going to want to make sure you stick around and check that out. They're going to be talking about YouTube domination. All right, next up, we have the exciting update with Director of Strategic Marketing, Jenny Berger. I cannot wait to see this segment. She's going to be talking about breaking down all the things you need to know about Camp Canva. So more Canva information coming. And then, of course, your weekly brokerage brief with our Chief Brokerage Officer, Holly Mabery. And finally, again, we're going to check in with the one and only Lisa Speck for her university spotlight to see what kind of high-level training is lined up for you guys to build a more efficient business this summer. So let's kick things off with a very special first segment. Brian and Jackson, take it away.
The folks who aren't familiar with you, do you want to share a little bit about your background in real estate and how you become the Jackson Wilkie that people tell me is the YouTube GOAT?
One day I started learning through keyword research. I'll never forget it. That I searched like Beaverton, Oregon in Google, and it was searched 37,000 times a month. And I went into TubeBuddy, which actually pulled searches from YouTube, not Google, and it was 390,000 searches a month. And I'm like, holy shito. I'm like, that's 11 times more a month in YouTube than Google. I'm like, they want to see this. So I like type in Beaverton into YouTube. There's a lot of videos, but nothing about like moving there, what it's like living. It was just random, like Beaverton Street Fair, Beaverton this, Beaverton. And so there's no information. So we dropped, I'm like, Jesse, we need to like vlog these, like talk about what it's like. And when we did that, it just like blew up. We ranked #1 right away. And that's kind of what gave us the confidence, like, holy crap, this is wide open. There's not one real estate agent across the country doing this. And if they are leveraging YouTube, it was for listing videos. It was about themselves. It was very like, there's no call to action. And we really learned that, shoot, it's a search engine. You have to answer the question. And it really took off. And then we weren't getting a lot of calls. We got sporadically here and there. And then one day our lender partner said, how much business are you getting from that? Those are the craziest vlogs I've ever seen. I'm like, a couple of calls. He's like, do you tell people to call you? And I'm like, no, dude, that's too salesy. He's like, no, you have to tell them what to do. In your videos, tell them to call you and work with you. And I'm like, oh, I hate doing that. Like, I'm not a salesy guy. But I did it one video, and like the next day we had like 14 phone calls, and they all said the same thing. I'm so excited you're in real estate. We had no idea, and we're moving.
They thought you were just doing a PSA or something?
Yeah, I just said like, I actually came up with this saying. I was like, hey, I did my intro. I hooked them. I told them we're going to learn all about these sections and cities, and it's going to be a full vlog. And we actually get calls every single day from people moving and relocating here. We absolutely love it. So if you're thinking of moving anywhere in Portland, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. And it was just floodgate right there. Absolutely opened up the doors. And so that's how the whole thing started. And then, from that point, I started documenting it with a channel called Channel Junkies, which I still run today, and which has helped, thousands of agents across the country close like multiple billions with a B in real estate sales from long form. And I created the first Living In channel. It used to be my name. And then when I really got good and understood the SEO, I was like, when I search things on YouTube, sometimes YouTube channels pop up with that as the exact name. I wonder if I change my YouTube channel name to Living in Portland, if that'll work. And Jesse was against it because he wanted like brand, and I'm like, no, I feel good about this. So I changed our YouTube channel name to Living in Portland, Oregon. Boom, it ranked #1 when you search that. Boom, it pulled all our videos up. And we created the very first Living in channel, which now obviously there's probably tens of thousands of them across the country. And then I traveled the country to all the hottest markets, 14 different ones. And I would fly in for 2 days, shoot 20 videos, partner up with an agent, to close the deals. And I did that for a couple of years, and we would close 200 plus deals a year from those.
Can we take a look at your channel, and will you walk me through it from profile creation to some of the content ideas? So here's your channel.
Right.
And
so I actually I got to go to the, I'll go to the actual front facing. This is what you see if you go to it.
okay.
And it's important because this has been years of evolution. And can you see, like I'm showing the big long rectangle banner?
I do. I see the original Living in Houston TX team.
So again, it's very important. This looks like I've just got good branding. It's cute, but this was years in the making, because what I learned early on was, and really it was because nobody was doing it and generating business from it. So we didn't know how to do this stuff, but this needs to answer questions. So if your video is good enough to get their attention, they go to your YouTube channel. Well, when they went to ours, and if you look at a lot of real estate agents, or especially back in the time when I was starting this, nobody was answering questions, and neither was ours. So it used to have, this is my Houston channel, but with our old Portland channel, Jesse Dow would be here, I would be here, our phone number there, phone number here, and it said like Real Agent Now Group. So ask yourself, if you were moving to Portland and you landed on that channel, does it give you any insight on what that YouTube channel is about?
Nothing.
And your answer would be no. Like I don't even know what this is about. So that's when I actually learned all of this by seeking out information on how to grow YouTube channels. So when I would search, now I got obsessed with YouTube, and I'm trying to really figure out how to be a YouTuber, because what's being taught by real estate agents is not working. So I wanted to learn from the people actually growing channels. And that's where I got all of this information, because they said, hey, your banner needs to explain, 70 miles an hour down a freeway, hit a billboard, what they get on that YouTube channel. The first video that hits, it's got to really make sure that it answers their questions. And of course, that's why we have this YouTube channel name, Living in Houston, Texas. So the three things that we really look at is, if you jump to this channel now, look, it's all about living in Houston, Texas. Subscribe to learn about it. And then we tell them that we do new videos every week. So that lets them know, oh my gosh, I'm moving to Houston and this channel does videos every week. That's amazing. Then they're more likely to subscribe. So that's really kind of like when they land on it, what they get.
Yeah, just pointing out a few things, and something you didn't mention, but I think is really key here. Number one is you're setting the expectation about content, right? This is part entertainment, part education. So edutainment, and in that they want to know, when you're coming with more. You've got your call to action to subscribe to learn all about Houston. And what's interesting is your channel name kind of explains it, right? Living in Houston, Texas. But you took it a step further and you said the #1 relocation team in Houston. Yeah. And in your first line there in the description, are you moving to Houston, Texas? What I've seen from both YouTube agents and social media agents at large is that the types of posts that you make will drive the types of people who engage with your platform, whether it be YouTube or otherwise. If you do market reports, you're probably going to get a lot more sellers than out-of-town buyers. But you are clearly going after that out-of-town buyer, that relocation transitioning buyer.
Yep.
And that's great. So walk me through the rest here. So you've got your banner image, and then what else?
I have 50 of my students in Houston with Living in Houston, Texas channels now. We're all doing the same videos. And so I kind of went through this process where I was like the biggest, the fastest up there, and my channel really started to nosedive. And the newer guys were coming in and kind of beating me. But again, Brian, I had 14 YouTube channels. My head was spinning. I was shooting videos all across the country, and I just didn't put enough effort into this. I shut a lot of those channels down. They're still going. I have the other agents doing them. And I'm like, I can probably make more off just the Houston channel than everything, but I need to figure this out. And I really went through a period of trying to figure out how to get my videos to not just go up to like 300 or 600 views and die. That just kept happening. But like, you got to clean kind of out the dead weight of your channel. And going forward, you got to learn how to really increase those average view durations to get your videos out there more and more and more. And that's kind of when we really started to take this thing to the next level of having 300 to 500 views a day to 9,000, 10,000, 20,000. So with that being said, the point I wanted to prove was that, like, you know, when it comes to long form, you've really got to build that base with a certain style of videos, 12 to 15 minutes. And then from there, you got to lengthen it out and get better at the videos, more hooks, more rehooks. And then when you do that, and you can stretch those video times out and the average view durations and the watch time like this, you know, I'm getting average view duration of 11. On YouTube search, our goal with our elite clients is really getting at least a 5.5 to 6 minutes on average view duration on search. If you get above 6 minutes on search, you're going to have a dominant channel. It's going to take off. And that's when suggested and browse is going to flip-flop search and become your top driver. So that is the true indication that you're doing great videos. The audience loves it. In fact, YouTube thinks that it's performing better than a lot of the other people. So it then now suggests it and puts it out in browse, because the whole name and game of YouTube is to make as much money as possible from advertising. So they want the best performing videos per niche to be able to recommend out there. And so that's kind of the next code we cracked. And then when YouTube suggests it, I mean, we get a 24-minute average view duration. So
Wow.
All right. Thank you, Brian and Jackson. Unbelievable insights. If you aren't leveraging video content right now for lead generation, you are absolutely leaving money on the table. Make sure you watch the full conversation by going to our The Lab playlist right here on YouTube, and keep your YouTube in the back of your mind for later in the show. Also, make sure you subscribe and like every single session you want, so you can make sure you see more coming up. Now, generating leads is step one. But having the high quality marketing materials to help you stand out is actually step two. To give us the latest look on how a brokerage is helping you level up your marketing game, let's check in with Director of Strategic Marketing, Jenny Berger, to talk about Camp Canva.
Hello, everyone. This is Jenny Berger, Director of Strategic Marketing at eXp Realty. And this summer, we are so excited to host our first ever eXp Summer Camp. We're kicking things off with Camp Canva, and it's going to be amazing. You need to join us for these 3 powerful sessions starting in July. And what is Camp Canva? That is something brand new that we're trying out. It's going to be live interactive sessions hosted by Canva headquarters, Wendy Forsyth, our COO, and Jeremy Collins. It's going to include real templates that you can use immediately after each call. And this is good for beginners and experienced Canva users, 100% free for all eXp agents. So again, who is this for? This is open to all eXp agents, your support staff, your VAs, and our eXp Realty staff is also invited. So mark your calendars. Dates and times are going to be July 9th for winning the listing, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. Leave with a listing presentation you can use immediately. So if you're an agent who's ready to level up your marketing this summer, whether you've never opened up Canva or you use it every day, if you want to win more listings, market like a pro, and finally build that personal brand that turns heads in your market, pack your bags, because you want to make sure you attend these 3 sessions, July 9th, July 16th, and July 23rd. Where is it taking place? Camp Canva is going to be a virtual camp that you cannot miss. You're going to go to campcanva.exprealty.com. And if you go to all 3 sessions, we have a very special surprise at the end, a product that will only be rolling out to our Canva counselors. So please don't miss this event. Again, invite your support staff, your VAs, anyone who is on your team helping you execute your vision should be on this call to make sure that you maximize all the tools you get with eXp Realty. We would love to see you there. Pack your creativity, bring your questions, bring your team, Bring your VAs. Let's create some amazing things together, and I'll see you at EXP Camp Canva.
All right, thank you, Jenny. Camp Canva is going to be an absolute game changer for agent branding, so make sure you tap into that resource. Staying on top of your marketing keeps you visible, but keeping your finger on the pulse of what's happening operationally behind the scenes, it was what keeps you protected. Joining us next to give you critical industry and compliance updates that you need to know, let's throw it over to Holly Mabery for your brokerage brief. Take it away, Holly.
I love spending time with you all, and I also love that we are moving to earlier in the week on a Wednesday. So this is going to be great. I want you to consider this. With it being July 1st, we're literally at halftime in the year. And yeah, I've been watching a little bit of soccer. So with halftime, this is our reset. How are we doing so far, the first part of the year, and how do we want to finish? And that's the biggest thing. The market has given us a lot of curveballs. We've had higher interest rates. We've had geopolitical conflicts nationally, globally, and we've also seen some starts and stalls when it comes to legislation really focused on helping housing. Now, on that last piece, I'm really excited for where we're headed because I do believe there's some good things in the pipeline. I do believe that we will see some relief housing-wise. But this is what I know. Your clients need you more than ever right now. They need you as the human, not your AI version. And so as you look at your business plan, as you do some tweaks and kind of correcting course, adjusting your sales, if you will, my biggest advice to you is this: go out and be yourself. Go out and connect with those people, because right now, the next few months, the next few weeks, people are looking for the human in all of us, and they want that heart relationship. So the biggest things that I always did during the summer, I would connect with some of my vendors. Particularly, I'm in an escrow state, so I would take ice cream sandwiches to my favorite escrow officers and just say hi. I'm also in Arizona, so it's wicked hot. It was one of those things that helped me the most. Then I'd go and see business owners who maybe business had slowed down a little bit because of the heat, and I would talk about what I can do to help promote them on social media. Those types of things, and really investing in your community and the people around you, make all the difference. And the last thing, never let a month go by where you don't call your clients. Call and thank them for buying a house from you, for trusting you on this process, especially if they purchased in the last 6 months. They went for a wild ride with you. So thank them for that opportunity. Also, see if they know of anybody who would appreciate the services that you offer. When we look at our business as a service-related relationship, that's all that matters. How you and I show up in that relationship every single time, that's the game changer. And that's the difference between finishing the year strong and struggling through the fall. So as you look at your business, take this weekend, relax, rest, enjoy your family, maybe catch some of the World Cup and enjoy those fireworks. And most of all, reach out, connect with people, and be focused on how strong we can finish 2026. Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Thank you very much, Holly Mabery. All right, so moving right along the path to ultimate growth, no matter where you're currently at in production, let's see what's happening next over at eXp University. To see how you can level up your skills this summer, let's head over to University Spotlight with Alyssa Speck. Take it away, Alyssa.
Oh, thank you, Russ. All right, my friends, let's get down to business, starting with FastCap. Guys, this is your reminder. FastCap kicks off on July 8th. It'll be me, it'll be Candace Garcia, and we would love to have you join us. If you have been looking for more consistency, looking for more accountability, and ultimately looking for more appointments on your calendar, join us. That's exactly what FastCap was built for. You'll get live coaching, you'll get daily action, and you'll get a proven system that's going to help you create momentum in your business. Don't miss that. That's July 8th. You can register on expuniversity.com. And now let me tell you what else is coming up this week, starting with Level Up. Now, Level Up, we are joined by Coach Dustin Olson, Coach D.O., and he is here to show you how to reverse engineer your income goals and turn those into daily and weekly actions. And he's also going to tell you why everything comes back to one metric, your appointments. So guys, join us on Level Up with Dustin Olson. And then coming up on Thursday, join us for another executive masterclass with Jeff Crisali. Now, guys, building a successful business, it's not just about selling more homes. Jeff is going to walk us through leadership habits, about mindset and systems that help agents build a business that can actually last. You do not want to miss that. That's going to be Thursday on Executive Masterclass. But we are not done yet. Then back to Friday, we're back in the lab, this time with Kati Spaniak. Now, I know some of us here, pricing conversations can make us feel a bit nervous, but don't fret. We've got the antidote for you. Kati Spaniak is going to share an exact framework that she used to become a trusted listing advisor. And this is from setting expectations to handling price objections and navigating price reduction. So guys, if that feels like you and you have a little room to grow right there, join us on the lab. And all together, guys, if you are joining us in FastCap or you're plugging into one of these sessions, there has never been a better time for you to invest in your skills. Guys, I'll see you in class.
All right. Thank you very much, Alyssa. We have so much amazing free training coming at eXp University this summer. You're going to want to make sure you don't miss out on that. Take some time, lean in, grab one thing that you can add to your business this summer to take it to the next level. So before we sign off today, remember you can scan the QR code on your screen right now. Take our NPS survey. Let us know what you like seeing today on Wednesday. Let us know about our new time. How do you like 11 a.m. Wednesday morning? And of course, let us know what you loved and let us know if you have any suggestions on what we could do differently on the Big Agent Meeting. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update. Thanks for hanging out with us all. Have a happy 4th of July to each and every one of you. See you next week.
Following the Big Agent Meeting, serious agents are coming here. KGCI streams real-world real estate strategy 24 hours a day.
Lead generation, conversion, marketing that actually works.
Take it with you wherever you go. Download the always free Real Estate On Air mobile app for iPhone and Android, available